What up, YouTube? It's currently 2:42 in the morning. I just came back from the gym. Not even really working out, just playing basketball. And I'm gonna get a drink of water because I'm really tired. I'm gonna see what I want to do from here. Alright, so here I am at the gas station. And I'm not gonna get gas because I don't need any. Actually, that's not true. I need gas. I actually really need gas. I'm just not gonna get any right now because what's the point? I mean, I'm like right by my house. I can do that in the morning, procrastinate a little bit, do whatever. I'm here to get some water, so let's do that. I'll be right back. I kind of lied. I wasn't gonna film the gas station. I'm gonna turn this camera on while I'm recording. I don't think I can. Hold on, I'm just gonna like stop it. I'm not very good at recording videos or whatever yet. So I'm gonna figure out what kind of water I want. This flavored water, got vitamin water, all kinds of different waters. What the hell kind of water do I want? God damn. So many different choices. Ooh, look at that, that's a big bottle of water. Fiji seems too expensive. Too fancy for me. So you know what? We get smart water. Smart. That's smart water. Yeah. All right, here I am, getting lit off with some smart water. I'm going to my car. I say no drinking and driving, but that's how I roll. All right, what up, YouTube? I'm back, and obviously, what I wanted to do last night, I don't want to mess around that much. I actually want to take a more serious turn. More serious turns than just discussing, not necessarily anything good or bad. It's just kind of small, I guess, rant. Not really a rant, but kind of a short take on where I'm at in terms of this and life and etc. So, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure on where I'm at in life. It's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good either. It's just that I don't know. I recently turned 20. And I've been grown for about a minute now. Technically, I've been grown for the past 2 years. So apparently, when you're 18, you're an adult. I'm 20. I feel more of an adult. I really feel like an adult at this point. Just I don't feel completely set. I'm not. But yeah. But it's just that I don't know because. It's weird because I just see things like there's a small opportunity left in my life to really do what I want to do, or I'm at an age where I have to act more. And but even though that pressure's on me, it's weird because I'm a much more confident person than I've been in the past few years. Where I could see things through vividly. I could really see how I could do things, but I keep falling into the bad habit that I have of just not taking things into action, over analyzing, keep analyzing stuff to try to retain information as opposed to completely act on it. I don't know why. It's just something I've always done ever since I was a kid. Like even in school, no, it's not really true because in school, never took school seriously. I still don't like school. Still don't think it's a serious thing. Still don't think you need school to achieve, which is why I'm not in school. So, yeah, there's that. So you kind of get where I'm at. Right now, I'm just trying to, I don't know, man. It's like, obviously, I want to make this more of a music-based YouTube channel, but it's more of, I created this YouTube channel to really motivate myself, to really see what I could put together. It's to put things into action more. It's to really motivate myself to want to put all these ideas and all these things into action. This way, even if right now I get like the most views I've gotten so far in any of my videos, which is just me rapping out into the freaking ether out of nowhere. I don't know, man. That's a lot on my mind. It's already freaking, what is it, late July. And I had a lot of goals this year that obviously I could still achieve. Just a much smaller window now because I don't know what the hell I've been doing. Well, kind of look at it like this. I've been past couple years in terms of especially music. Let's just keep the subject on music for right now. So I didn't really start seriously writing my raps and anything, like seriously writing to the point where I actually wanted to make songs and actually said that I'm going to do this long term till I was about my senior year of high school. And I wrote song after song without any beats. I just kind of wrote it to whatever rhymes were in my head, wrote hooks to them, everything. Because, I mean, to be honest, at the time, I was not confident at all in what I could do. Even it took those past few years to build that, just as a person. And part of that was through music, part of that was through a couple other things. But yeah, I would say more so music than anything else. But yeah, I was just writing. I remember just every day because I was always getting called out. I couldn't freestyle, couldn't do any of the things that I could do now. Obviously, I don't even know how to freaking produce music yet. I don't know how to edit videos. It's probably why this video quality, if you ever look at it, I don't know. I really don't know anything about how to make YouTube videos or anything like that. All I know how to do is really watch it for my entertainment and for me to gain information. That's where I really get my education from is YouTube and Google. That's where I believe that you need to get information from in the society. But I'll get back to that subject. So yeah, did that at the senior year of high school. I began recording on the app Off Top. You ever heard of it? I wish I knew my old account's name. I have a newer account that doesn't have as much as my raps as the other one did. But yeah, and I just freestyled over beats. I started teaching myself how to freestyle through that. I, started writing more raps over time. And I didn't actually record actual songs and then upload them to SoundCloud until a few months ago. And then I was lucky enough to get on the radio. And I guess I just I took a long break. Took a long break ever since because I wasn't really cocky about it. It wasn't that I was flaunting, saying, hey, look at me, I was on the radio. I told people that I knew, hey, I was on the radio, so then they could check it out. Or, because I felt good about it. But it wasn't even that. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm so good. I'm on the radio now, I could take a break. It was more of, I was caught up in that moment where I'm like, I could do this at any moment now. Where I'm realizing in life, man, that's not true because you only have a limited amount of time. Life is so short. Everything's limited. Everything's limited to what you could really do and achieve in a certain amount of time. And it's, I just lived 2 freaking decades. And I've known that for a while. I still haven't acted on it. But yeah, man, it's crazy just to really see how far I've come, but how short I've been in many things I want to do. And I'm pretty sure, I know I'm speaking very vaguely, but I know what I'm saying is probably very relatable to a lot of people, and hopefully to whoever watches it, probably the only people who are watching this now, until hopefully maybe my channel becomes bigger in the future, is people that I know. So who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know. I was very confident in my ability and what I could do, right? But it's not even that I'm not so confident. I'm just coming to a realization that time is short and time is of the essence, man. A year has never passed so by in my life, passed just so fast. So now it's like every year passes by faster, man. I remember hearing that when I was younger. I used to think, it's all mental. Well, it is all mental. But I used to think, it's all mental. I could just slow it down in my head, which I'm pretty sure there is a way to do it better than what I'm doing now. But, obviously it's just a fact, man, because you get caught up in so many things. It goes by quicker. This is the way the life is. I'm pretty sure there's a way to make it shorter than what it feels like right now. But as of right now, it's It's like friggin' lightning, man. It's like the speed of sound at the rate that it's going. But oh yeah, I was gonna talk about school and what I view about it. School, I don't think it's necessarily necessary in today's society. Reason being is this: we have all the information that we could possibly need for almost anything. For almost anything, unless you want to become like a doctor or a nurse or a couple other fields that obviously I can't think of off the top of my head because I'm just talking into a camera. This isn't scripted or anything. I just decided to turn on my phone, boom, and go. But but yeah, unless you're really trying to do something like that that requires certain skill sets and you can't really screw up that much, then I mean, then yeah, I would say go to college if you need that. But if you're doing, let's say, I want to do music, I want to obviously be more of an influencer, and that's the real thing that I want to do. I mean, it's not about me. Well, it is partially about me because I care about myself, but it's not just entirely about me or just making money or whatever. All those things are great. I want all that. Who doesn't want money? All right, money is the root to what you could really accomplish in life. People say it's the root of all evil. I mean, to some extent, you could use it for evil things. People decide to make bad decisions once they get money. They get their ego a little bit overinflated. They're not level-headed, but whatever, it is what it is. That's where that phrase comes from, which I think is a load of BS. I think it's just dependent on the person who has it. But yeah, anyways, obviously, it's just what I really want to do is I want to see what I could put out there, what I could really put out there in YouTube or whatever I'm going to do in the future. Maybe it's not always going to be YouTube. I'm always going to have this channel up from here on out, do some videos. But I really want to impact and really motivate and just see what I could do to really just, I don't know what I really want to do. I believe that obviously this world could change, this world could become better. And I'm not just going to instantly change the world by myself, but I feel like I could definitely change it by impacting it. Not by staying alone, but by, I don't know, seeing what I could really convey in terms of whether it's a message or whatever. And I don't really have a certain message, but I have my own ideologies and how I develop them and the way that I think. Can't express them all on the internet. Obviously, there are so many things that you can't entirely express on the internet. Anybody can't, or else you have so many people now that they get offended, and it's a big deal. But yeah, anyways, back to the subject about school. I don't think it's necessary, especially with all the stuff that's on now. And it's so ridiculous to people who really believe that you need school to accomplish, man. All you're going to do, the only thing you're really going to accomplish, if you want to do anything outside of what I mentioned that, is recommended for college, is you're going to accomplish getting yourself in debt. You're going to get yourself in debt. And you want to know what's funny is that everyone else just follows it. They want to follow. They hate being left out, which is so stupid, man. And that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What do people do? They do the same thing that everyone else is doing. So obviously, the process of going to college and taking the same courses or whatever is the process of doing something over and over again. And then they expect a different result because they expect to freaking, really change their lives with that. There's so many people who freaking, who get a degree after like 4 years, even 6 years of college, and then they're working at your local Starbucks. And honestly, it's not entirely their fault, man. I'm pretty sure they worked hard, but they worked hard for no reason. They worked hard to work at Starbucks, basically, because they believe that a freaking degree is just going to carry them out in life. It's not. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm going to get this, degree in freaking what, in business. And that's it. Boom, I'm going to be a businessman. No, it's not that simple. It used to be. The reason being was because the main source of information came through college because you didn't have the internet. You had to read, you had to meet different people manually. You couldn't do it through the internet like you can now. So you couldn't, there was no network where you could just do things instantaneously like you can now. And that's why college was so important. Now you look at it, it's not important. Not nearly as important as it was before. You go to anybody, man. Go talk to freaking the dude down the street. Who knows what the hell he knows? Shit, I mean, he could fucking know anything that you want to know. I don't know, man. I mean, there are people that are going to give you false information, but you might as well try it out. Use it as long as you're not, freaking, your life isn't threatened in the process. You might as well try something that maybe not even work. At least you know. At least you're getting information at a rapid pace where you could trial and error through everything. That's what I'm trying to do. Obviously, even though I just mentioned that I overanalyze, obviously, to try to avoid all that and I'm not putting anything into action. That's why I get so frustrated. That's why I get so frustrated with so many different things, man. It's just pure stupidity on my part. That's where my insanity comes from. At least my insanity comes from me wanting to do things in a different route, but I keep running into the same issues. At least it's not freaking I'm doing everything else that everyone else is doing like a fucking retard. All right, that shit's fucking insane. My insanity comes through the fact where I have my own bad habits and I keep falling into them in terms of where I overanalyze, I don't practice enough. And through not practicing enough, obviously the repetition and the muscle memory that I have is not there. It's not there, obviously, because I didn't practice. And and why music? I don't know. I've always been addicted to music. I've always loved music. It's probably the one thing where I feel like I could really express how I think and how I feel, without really any regulations. And I've always been interested in the arts since I was a small child. Since I was a small child, I can remember I used to draw, especially. I used to draw as a small child. I used to draw characters. I used to have like storyboards in my head that I try to draw out, etc. Eventually I wanted to try something different. I got into acting. I did monologues on stage. It's probably the one talent that I was natural at. But obviously the reason why I didn't want to do acting was because I couldn't do what I could do through music, what I could probably do through YouTube, whatever, is I could express how I think and how I feel to a certain level. I had to play a character. I knew I didn't want to do that my whole life. I didn't want to feel freaking trapped in a box playing different characters. I want to say what I want to say, and eventually I want to say what I want to say in a very raw manner. Obviously, I can't do that now. I just started a YouTube channel. The way that the world is right now, I can't say things in a raw manner because people get offended easily. So until things change up or until people get used to me and understand where I'm coming from, I can't do that. But yeah, I don't know. There wasn't really a main focus on this video. It was more rambling on what I think and why I put this channel together and etc. I just want to put a little bit of exposure out there so I could really, see what I want to do in life, man. That's about it. Use this as motivation. So then this way I look at myself on the internet and I say, I got to do more instead of just freaking watching videos or analyzing or whatever, instead of putting things into action. This way I'm on the internet myself and I say, okay, I got to put more things into action. Oh, what the hell? Oh, God. The fuck? It was like a giant-ass bug. Anyways, that's completely off topic. I'm going to leave that in the video because I know it's going to probably be pretty funny. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. This was just a video just to put out there for exposure and a little bit of self-motivation. But yeah, I'm just going to end it here. In my next video, will be sports related. I'm a pretty big NBA fan. As you could tell, got some Jordan right here. Kind of gives away probably some of my opinions in basketball, but I'm still going to give my opinions anyways because I always want to make a video on that. So that's going to be my next video. Then it's back to work right off the bat, focusing on music, trying to figure out what I could do. Obviously, I'm probably going to look like an idiot because I really don't know how to put things together. I don't even know how to edit videos, nothing. So see where it goes. All right. Peace.